Hi. I hate when I start videos and they kind of seem like a mess because they're so random. So I was trying to like organize my content and do it structurally, but because this is a channel where I just want to be myself, it doesn't work that way. So I have a couple videos, I have like vlogs and stuff that I didn't post because I haven't edited yet, but also I was in two minds about posting them. And then what hit me today is like I keep on saying that I love myself and I'm confident, and it's good to affirm it, but I'm not, and I don't, because the other day I just realized that I really wasn't living for me, and the things that I was doing I thought I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. So now I'm like being intentional with myself, staying at home by myself, just so that I can ask myself, what is it that I want? Practice setting boundaries and stuff, and just getting to know myself a bit. And I will say I want something, and then I'll do it, and then I'll make myself feel guilty about it. And I'm like, wait, how does that work? I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm going to make myself feel guilty for it. So I had to sit down and think about, okay, where does the thing that I'm trying to do, if it's not like damaging to me or damaging to someone else, why am I making myself feel bad about it? And then it was just this whole thing of like, a couple of days ago, I started crying because I the last couple months was really tough. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about the things that I was actually going through, maybe one day, but right now I just want to share like what I've been learning from it. And I would literally tell myself, you're a loser, like just get up, just go, so what? Bearing in mind I'm carrying years of trauma, the stuff that like I managed to uncover whilst healing. I didn't even realize that I'd been through hard. No. That's not what I mean. I knew that I'd been through this stuff, obviously, because it's my life experience, but I never registered how I felt about it. And so taking the time to actually sit with my feelings seriously hurt. And I guess I'm a bit shy when it comes to not talking about trauma, because I can talk about trauma and healing, but when it comes to talking about I'm not 100% right now. I don't feel my most confident. I don't feel like I can go outside. For a long time I wasn't feeling safe, and I've been working on grounding myself and working on my root chakra a lot recently. And the reason why I didn't feel safe is because I wasn't trusting myself, which is confidence. To me, having confidence is just trusting myself. Sorry, let me get water because I can't keep... I brought my teddy bear for comfort. I couldn't trust myself because I wasn't trusting myself. When my body was telling me something, I wasn't listening. So all those situations, which I know why they happen now, and I'm making my peace with it, and obviously some of them didn't end how I wanted it to, but oh well. What I was trying to say was, in each of these situations, I felt a type of way, and I didn't listen to myself. I didn't think about, why do I feel this? Why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling like I'm being picked on? Why do I feel like a victim right now in this situation? And if I looked back at situations I'd been in the past, well, to be honest, that's actually what I did. So like, as much as the situations that I went through were painful, they were situations that I've all been through before. And so it's just about learning to trust my intuition more. And so I've been really leaning into that, and really leaning into, I don't feel good, I don't know what's wrong. And then it comes to me as I spend time and think about it. So I think growing up as someone who a lot of people always felt like they had the need to comment and say something about how I should be, or how I should do this, or how I da-da-da. And as someone who, something traumatic happened to me when I was 4, and since then I've had low self-esteem. And this is something that I only realized like last week. So I had really low self-esteem, which is what made me a people pleaser. So when people are telling me you should be like this, or you should do this, and you should, I'm saying okay, and I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to be that. And it was literally just me trying to find love in places where not even that love doesn't exist, but the depth of love that I was looking for and that I needed, I could only find in myself. And that's a beautiful thing to say. It's a harder thing to live. I'm one step at a time, one day at a time, learning who I am, because there's so many parts of myself that I denied because of what people might say. So learning who I am, and actually realizing I actually love me now. Yeah, so cool. Now I'm at the stage where it's like, okay, cool. I've spent so much time alone and blah, blah, blah with my family and that. And I love me. And because I'm like on YouTube, or I've got a business, or I'm on TikTok or whatever platform, I'm like, okay, I love me. Are they gonna love me? But then it's like, who cares? Like, that's where I am. I'm at the, who cares what other people think about you? So every time I choose something that I want to do and I judge myself for it, I'm like, that's not me judging me, because I wanted to do that. Like, I'm good. That voice is years and years of conditioning and just being made to feel like I'm not enough. And I had to just really sit down and be like, no, Ebony, look at you, look at what you've, like, I don't like to base my value on anything external, anything that's outside of me. So at the end of a situation, at the end of anything, I have to sit back and say, okay, yeah, am I proud of the person that I was? And sometimes I'm not. Like, I don't end things perfectly all the time. I'm not good. I'm good at communicating, but I'm not good at communicating how I feel. So there was a situation, I don't want to say too much because I don't want people to know who, but I was friends with someone and we became friends really quickly and it was cool. I like, obviously my paranoia, I was like, it's a bit too much, but we got along really well and stuff. And then to her, I'm just going to seem horrible because I just blocked her out of nowhere. But it wasn't that. It was, in my life, I've had family members do judge on me, curse my family, stuff like that. And so I was just feeling weird, like in a weird energy. So I messaged my uncle, who is like a, I don't know what to call him. I guess I get really nervous talking about African spirituality because I started learning a lot about Islam, but obviously before that I started learning about African spirituality. It's always been a part of my life in the background. It's just that no one explained to me what it was. And then learning about these curses and stuff in my family, it aligned with me and what I'd been through on my journey, and it just made so much sense. And I was like, nah, I need to get this off of me. And so I started spending more time learning about it and finding myself within it, I guess. But so I called my uncle and I told him, like, I feel a bit weird about this friendship. And he was basically like, yeah, she's possessed. So, and I was like, damn. And first I was angry. I was like, why? I don't trust no, because another situation happened as well. I'm not even going to talk about that. People want to be rude, that's fine. Leave me out of it. So cool. I'm like, why would she do that to me? And then after reflection and going through how I felt and how it made me feel, I realized she probably doesn't even know. And that's the saddest part. And I guess I would have owed it to her to have that conversation. And it's kind of hard to tell someone who's not really into African spirituality, you're possessed, so I can't be friends with you because it's not going well for my life. You can't do that. So I was about to swear, but I don't want to swear. I punked out. I just blocked her. But that's a serious thing to me. I was like, I can't put myself, I brought her around my family. I can't put myself and my family in danger. People around me are getting sick. And yes, it might not be that, but I also don't play about that. So it's just been hard. I've been feeling really guilty about that situation because it's like, I should have said something. But then it's also like, what do I say? And how saying something would have, like, it still had to end. So 1 second. Another part of healing, 2 parts of healing that have been really hard. One is letting go of people and things that no longer serve me. And I spoke about this on the Culture Based Instagram, and I was just like how a butterfly transforms and then it has to fly away because the environment for a caterpillar is it's not suited for a butterfly. And someone pointed out, I think it was Rona, so thank you. She was like, whatever the caterpillar went through in that environment, they prepared the butterfly for this new journey, which is true and so beautiful. But that saying goodbye, I'm so bad at saying goodbye. The other day when I was in London and I was with my mum and my grandma, had to say bye, bawling. Like, I just cry. I don't like goodbyes. And so saying goodbye has been quite painful, especially because I didn't want to, I feel like I over-explain myself a lot, and that's me being a people pleaser, and I didn't want to cause a scene. So like with certain people in my family or whoever that I just decided I can't have you in my life anymore because it's not good for me, I just blocked them. And then it's guilt. It's guilt. It's like, how do they feel? What's going on the other side of this? But that's just because that's how I am. But when whatever situations happened in the past, no one cared. They did not care about how I felt. And even when I came to talk about it, even when I voiced how I felt, like when I built up that courage, because it takes me a long time, it got thrown back in my face. So how can I feel guilty? But then I also don't want to be on the other end of it, like, oh, yeah, you guys got blocked. That's it. Da-da-da-da. You can't mess with me. Da-da-da. I'm not that kind of person. I preach love. I preach light. And so blocking someone is not love and light, but it's love and light for me. So being able to put myself first without guilt is something that I'm really trying to work on right now. And the other hard part of healing that I was trying to talk about was like being scared again to go into something. Like, I definitely had my time period of a couple days and weeks, and that's why I didn't celebrate my birthday, where I was like, do you know what? I don't need any friends. I'll be all right on my own. I'll just because I hate feeling like, should I trust this person? Should I not? Should I trust? Okay, go on. Okay, this is without consulting my intuition, by the way. Should I trust this person? Should I not? Okay, I'm gonna trust them. Slap. Just one big slap from the universe to let you know that no, that wrong choice, darling. But nothing is a wrong choice, and all those, I can see the role that these lessons have played for me going forward. And so it's just releasing the fear of disappointment, releasing the fear of being hurt again, releasing the fear of pain, of rejection, all of that stuff, so that I can go forward and do more stuff again. Because right now I'm in my, do you know what? I'm putting myself on lockdown. I can work from home. I can just text my friends. And yeah, my friends are very understanding in the sense that I haven't seen them a lot in the last couple of years. But I don't feel good about that. That doesn't make me feel good because I like spending time with my friends. So if I want to spend time with my friends or with my family, that's what I'm saying. I'd find a way to make myself feel guilty about that. I'd find a way to make myself feel guilty about not working. And that's been the most toxic one for me, because I physically could not. Like right now, my body just can't. My body's been under so much pressure and weight of just carrying stuff from 5, we'll say. No, we'll say from 4. Stuff happened before that. I was going to say I've said it in a song, but I haven't released any music, so you wouldn't know. When I was 1, obviously my mum was, 18? I'm around her friends and that. I wasn't watching TV. I wasn't playing with dolls. I was trying to build a can I say a Z? Yes, I can. I was trying to build a Z. I was trying to build a Z when I was 1 year old. And, like, me and my mum laugh about it now. But I'm just like, damn, I really grew up in the hood. And I think I tried to deny that for so long because I was always super smart at school. When I moved to my dad's, we lived in the hood, but we weren't in the hood, like where it was inside home at my mum's, the same kind of, I don't know, I don't want to get into all of that stuff, innit? Basically what I'm trying to say is, like, when I went to school at my dad's, so year 7, I was a really, really angry girl because there was stuff going on at home. My mum was sick with mental health, and I was fighting teachers. I don't know, I'm smiling, it's not funny. Kids don't do this. I was fighting teachers, I was throwing chairs, I was arguing, I was fighting boys, I was fighting girls. I was just an angry kid, and no one said, hey, Ebony, you okay? And I didn't know to, like, speak up and say what I needed, because that's not how I grew up. I grew up with take what you're handed. So I'm trying to unlearn that now. But when I moved to my dad's, obviously that behavior was not running, beat it straight out of me. He beat it out of me, and I just became this pushover and a people pleaser, and I was scared to be punished. And even until like last week, it's like, cool, say I choose that I want to do something and it turns out being the wrong thing. I'm putting quotations on wrong because nothing's wrong, like everything's aligned. You're gonna learn what you need to learn from it, but it ends up being the wrong thing. I'd punish myself on top of that. I'd be like, okay, cool, you made a mistake, so now you can't do this and you can't do that. And I only realized the other day, I don't have to punish myself any more than the lesson that I've learned from it. As long as I can take a lesson out of it, say, okay, cool, I'm not doing that again, or next time I'm gonna da-da-da-da, then why do I need to, oh, Ebony, you're this and you're that and you're rubbish? And it was just so much negative self-talk, and I realized how much I bullied myself because I used to get bullied. Like, it's that simple. And so healing has been, it's been beautiful, because I wouldn't even say I'm feeling 100% like me, because I'm always me. But in terms of my anxiety, not good. Not good at all right now. Like, I'm avoiding people, and a lot of it is within reason, I'll be honest, because now that I'm aware of the fact that my body always communicates to me how I feel. So if I'm in a situation where I'm not aligned, I'm gonna feel that. If I'm with someone that, not even in a relationship or partnership, if I'm around someone and my energy cannot take theirs, my body is gonna show me that. I will never forget, I was at someone's birthday, yeah, and someone's come and put their arms around my left arm, yeah, and she's like holding me, innit? And I'm my whole body tensed up. I've never felt my body do that before. I was like, I didn't know her that well, so. But I've had situations like that a lot recently, where it's like people are gravitating towards my energy because it's very healing and very, but that's very, like, I don't mind being a light for the world and healing wherever I go, but it's also, I have my own trauma and I do need to heal myself. So I'm just working on doing that right now. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know when I'm gonna be back outside, because right now it just will not work. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm very adamant on whatever it is that I need right now in this moment is what I'm gonna give myself, because if not me to do it for me, then who? And not putting things ahead of my health and my healing is really important for me too. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I needed to do this and just get it all out. Probably gonna make myself feel guilty for oversharing, but this is what I started YouTube for, and I realized I do want to talk about my journey and my tests and my trials and my challenges in a way that people can learn from them, resonate with them, even if it's not exactly what they went through, and just listen and know that they're not alone in their healing journey. That was a really big one for me too, in terms of knowing that I'm never alone, because my rishas and my ancestors are always with me. But then also in life, no matter where I am in my journey, my family over the last year, like the people that I consider family, have really shown me they're gonna be here and they're gonna support me. And that's new family and old family. Like I'm feeling really blessed right now. And I always remind myself that blessings are not just money. And I don't know if I'm saying that for me or I'm saying that for other people, because it's like, as soon as I want to rest, like as soon as I'm feeling drained and tired and I don't want to work today, it's like that fear of, you just want to go back to being broke again. Because I was guys, we'll get into that story another day. When I was 17, I was at home by myself. I lost my job. The heat and then gas like wasn't working, so it was really cold. I didn't have any food. I didn't have any money. And that was really hard. And I'm gonna say that it got back to that a couple of months ago, because I was in a position where I had to leave my job. I had to, and I'm not gonna discredit any organizations, and I'm also not gonna credit them either. I had to leave my job for whatever reasons. It was something that I fasted and prayed on a lot. It was not easy because I had no safety net, no security blanket, nothing. I just did that, following God's instructions, and since then I've been following God's instructions, and it's been worth it, but it's also hard, and that's just the truth of it. I've dealt with how I feel about that, and I know that I don't have to work myself to death, because health is wealth. And to me, as my body and me are a reflection of everything outside, and that's my life, that's everything that I see in the world. Anything that comes outside of me is a reflection of what's inside of me. And so if inside of me is healthy and flowing and all of these things, then everything outside of me, whether it's loving relationships, whether it is income, whether it is like success, and whatever success means to you, will flow. Like whatever success means to me will flow to me, because I've got inside right. And so that's what I've been focusing on. I wanna be in my feminine more, because I love myself a lot naturally, as people know, as you can see on my channel. But with that, I'd also use that as an excuse not to take care of myself. And I'd very much be that person that, no, I don't need to do that. I'm alright. Like, that's doing too much. But I'm actually not taking care of myself. Like, even my skin I wasn't taking care of. And it was super dry. Like, it was ridiculous. This is why I wasn't showing up on social media. Even my lips are still just recovering. But everything was like, I'll see if I can find a picture and show you guys. I just needed to slow down, be in my feminine more, because I've been in my masculine for so long, and take care of myself. And that's why I said I'm very adamant on asking myself, what do you need right now? If I'm uncomfortable, or like, not even if I'm uncomfortable, because there's going to be times I'm uncomfortable, I'm trying to face my fears more. But if like I need something right now, it's what's wrong, what do you need? Like a kid, literally treating me like a kid, mothering myself. And that is being more in my feminine. And I'm just grateful that I've been able to realize that. I'm grateful that I had the confidence to come and record this video, because this is the kind of content that I want to do. Like, I want to help people. I don't want to... It's very easy to be like, okay, I'm a ghost. Heal, come back, and show them what happens when you heal. I've seen that everywhere. Like, when you're back and you're happy again, and when the money's flowing in and you're going on holiday here and you're doing this and you're able to do that. But sometimes we're not in a position to do that, and sometimes we don't want to do that. I had to sit down with myself and say, okay, a lot of the things that like I wanted money for when I was younger, I don't want the money for that anymore. Like, to buy wigs and da-da-da. And Again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not me. And so it's really sitting down and reflecting over how much I've grown and getting to know me again, because again, the things that I want are different. The way that I think about life is different. I always knew that I had toxic family, and I just, every time I used to talk to my mentor, who's also my uncle, he used to be like, "Yep, you gotta cut them off," and I'm like, "No, but maybe they're gonna start healing, and then we're all just gonna smile and run into the rainbow." But the reality is, people show you whether they're willing, and it's not willing to change, because I don't want to change anyone, and that to me, struggle is resistance to what is. So you can choose struggle, or you can accept what is going on and choose you, because that's the only thing you have control over. And so it's not me wanting people to change, it's just that people will show you whether or not they're aware of themselves. And now, if you don't have knowledge of self, if you're not trying to grow and evolve and elevate and heal, I find it very hard to be around you, because it's like, oh, who doesn't want to be better? And that's not easy to say, because again, healing is hard. But I'd choose my hard wisely if I was you. I'd rather choose the hard where I'm going to be better for it, than choose the hard where I hate myself, I hate everyone else, and I just hate, it's just hate. Literally, you're just going to hate. So, am I done talking? I think so, yeah. So, thank you very much for watching my video and subscribing to my channel and stuff. And I'm gonna catch up my shorts with my TikToks, and then do more TikToks and this stuff here and there. Obviously, I mentioned that I do music. I'm a singer and a rapper and a poet and a director and a writer and a producer and an event manager and planner and a business owner and a content creator, a YouTuber, a sister, a friend, a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece. Someone said, a family member said, Happy Mother's Day to me. And I was like, you're a couple years early, but thanks, mate, I'll take it. And he was like, you're basically a mother. And I was like, yeah, it's true. But it's just who I've always been as a kid. Like, I think my biggest aspiration, this video is going to end up being like 40 minutes. I think my biggest aspiration is like, I'm a bit shy to say it, but honestly, for me, one of my biggest aspirations is to become a mum, and I want a big family, and I believe that the purpose of life is to pass information on, and I got that from my favorite movie, Lucy. And having children, a lot of people are like, oh, but why would you bring children into this world? Look at it. But it's always your perspective of the world, and so I think raising children and allowing them to grow into the best versions of themselves is going to be one of the most fulfilling things that I ever do. But right now, I'm just going to raise projects and all those things, practice, maybe some plants. And yeah, I'm just figuring out who Ebony is. I'm 24 now. I'm still a young adult, and I'm very, I have to remind myself, you're only 24. You're only 24. I was watching a documentary, and this lady, she'd been through so much. It's about this nun in California who grows cannabis. And first, she was married for, I think it was 17 or 18 years. And her husband basically stole all of her money. So then she went to live with her brother. And then they went into business together growing cannabis. And he basically threw her out and made her homeless with her 3 kids. Then she was like, and that wasn't even the worst of her life story. And then she was like, by this time I was 56. I said, whoa, 56 years old. And your brother throws you out of his house and you're homeless. Even 18 years that you're married to someone he steals all your money. So he's been stealing all your money the whole time because he's a stay-at-home dad and you're the working mom. And then you find out he didn't even divorce his first wife, so it was probably a plan. That's what I'm saying. I'm grateful for my journey and the things that I have to heal from, because things like that, what? Nah, that's crazy. Sorry. I'm glad she's in a better place and she found purpose helping people with medicinal cannabis. But I don't remember what I was saying. I was saying that I'm only 24 years old. And as much as I'm a young adult, I'm still a kid, and that's okay. I don't make myself feel guilty because I know if I knew better, I would do better. And you have to remember that about other people. And so I'm attaching that to, don't take what people do personally, because if they knew better, they would do better. And it's just, I know some people know better and they still choose to do the scummy. That's their business. But that's just my optimistic view of life. I just always want to be looking at things like, nah, this happened for me. And I'm sure that person didn't mean to hurt me. So what is God trying to teach me in this right now? And acknowledging how I feel. And acknowledging how I feel. And yeah, I think this all started with me saying something about music. About facing my fears. I want to just go to an open mic, but not one where there's going to be people I know. I might go to a pub or something, completely diverse crowd, and just practice singing in front of people, because obviously it's a process. I only started acknowledging the fact that I can sing again last August and started recording music and stuff. But even the song that I recorded in August and the song that I recorded a couple weeks ago, it's the same song. You can hear the difference in my confidence. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know this version of Ebony right now, talking to you on this camera, I'm not going to say I have low self-esteem. I'm going to say recovering self-esteem, because it's definitely not as low as it was, the things that I let myself accept. But anyway, I know she's not forever, because I am trying to grow in confidence and I am trying to build my self-esteem and stuff. And so I'm making plans. I'm writing more music. I'm coming up with ideas and creating business plans and stuff, because I know my purpose isn't confined to my 1-bedroom flat in Coventry. And I will eventually go back into the world, whether that's tonight, tomorrow, I will. But right now, what I need is solitude and just talking to God and just praying and just journaling and having conversations with myself and saying, are you okay? How do you feel about this, by the way? I never asked you. I forgot about that thing. Yeah, but you never dealt with your emotions, so we're gonna have to do it now. And yeah, that is where I am. Hold your comments about me being wise for my age. I get them all the time. But I think I've just been through, I've just been through a lot. And everyone goes through stuff, but it's how much you choose to learn from what you go through. And also the people that you're around. So throughout my life, I've always like in secondary school, when I did, not even just when I started getting bullied and stuff, but in general, I'd spend a lot of time with my teachers having real conversations about life and things about my mum's mental health and blah, blah, blah. And so I've always been connected to older people because I share that wisdom with them and I'm willing to learn from them. And I think that's important, having a balance between being stubborn and being willing to learn as well. So knowing when to change your ways, knowing when to listen, when to take advice, all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm done now. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you actually were able to stay through all of it. I think I got caught up in trying to be entertaining instead of just being myself. But I'd like to think that I'm quite entertaining anyway, with all my little accents and my little thingies, you know, just acting, preparing myself for... Anyway. Take care. Continue healing. Jay Shetty said, I am happy, I am healing, I am healthy. I don't remember which order he said it in, but those three are like the core of my existence right now. So take care. If you like this video, then please do leave a like, leave a comment. Let's have a conversation. Subscribe to my channel if you're feeling my vibe. I don't like forcing anything. I don't like to make people uncomfortable. One of the traits of being a people pleaser. See you next time.